Christian McCaffrey is back. He is about to save the San Francisco 49ers season. Welcome in to Ball Boy NFL. Let's talk ball. On Monday afternoon, the 49ers opened Christian McCaffrey's 21-day window, which will give him 3 weeks to prove he is ready to move from injured reserve to the active roster. But he may not need 3 weeks, as there is growing optimism that he will be ready to play this weekend against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at a crucial time for the 49ers. McCaffrey has been on injured reserve since September 14th after dealing with Achilles tendonitis through much of August. He even went to Germany in late September to meet with a specialist on the issue. There's no doubt that this could end up being a reoccurring injury and something that he is unable to get fully past. I completely acknowledge that, but the organization gave him the time and the treatment for him to be as healthy as possible for the second half of the season. And it looks like the Niners are poised to get the 2023 Offensive Player of the Year back in the fold as early as this weekend. The bad news is they have to rebound from a rough start to the season, as they are currently sitting at 4-4, which is good for 3rd in the NFC West and 10th in the NFC playoff standings. But that is all about to change, as many people have forgotten just how talented Christian McCaffrey is and what he means for this football team. Getting him back is absolutely massive. For active players only, McCaffrey is 11th in all-time rushing yards, 9th in all-time touchdowns, 42nd in receiving touchdowns, and 26th in receptions. That is all despite the fact that he has missed 32 games over the past 5 seasons. These are insane numbers when you take into account the fact that he's missed so much time. That's nearly 2 full seasons of missed action. When he is healthy, there is no one better, and it makes him one of the few actual difference makers at the position across the NFL. The 49ers have gotten solid production from Jordan Mason and Isaac Guerendo, but in the red zone and in the receiving game, they have been complete non-factors, which has really hurt the overall offensive environment. The team ranks 28th in the NFL in red zone touchdown rate at just 48%. Meanwhile, Christian McCaffrey posted 18 red zone touchdowns last season, and the 49ers led the NFL with a 67% touchdown rate. He had 17 carries inside the 5-yard line and 9 touchdowns off of those. While this year, Jordan Mason has 7 carries and only 1 touchdown. That stat is amplified when you look at this 49ers team that has lost 2 games by 3 points or less, and in total, 3 of its 4 losses have come by 6 points or less. In the receiving game, Mason and Guerendo have combined for just 14 receptions for 108 yards and 1 score through 8 games. McCaffrey had 32 receptions for 292 yards and 4 scores through 8 games last year. Huge difference. A big reason the pass catching in particular is going to be needed is because of the injuries to the wide receivers for this team. It has been really bad. Brandon Ayuk is done for the year with a torn ACL. Deebo Samuel has been gutting it out to play through games despite dealing with multiple injuries of his own, to go along with the fact that he has been injury prone during his entire career. Juwan Jennings had a couple strong games, and then he went down with a hip injury and missed the past 2 weeks. George Kittle has been the only constant, and even he missed a game earlier this year and has had health issues in the past as well. This has led to rookies like Ricky Pearsall, who missed the beginning of the season after being shot in an armed robbery in September, and Jacob Cowing needing to play larger roles. CMC is going to make a huge difference in the receiving game area as they try to get the passing game rolling in a much better direction. The 49ers have a bunch of quote-unquote good losses to the 6-2 Vikings on the road, the 4-4 Rams on the road, the 5-4 Cardinals, and the 8-0 Chiefs. But they have to be able to flip some of those games going forward, as the schedule doesn't exactly soften up. They still have to go to the 6-3 Packers, to the 7-2 Bills and a home contest against the red-hot 7-1 Lions to go along with 3 more divisional games. This is a stretch in which they need McCaffrey to be the difference maker they have been looking for. Let's flash back for a moment to 2022 when the 49ers decided to go all in on winning a championship and traded for McCaffrey in the middle of the season. The 49ers were 3-3 when the trade occurred, and they went 12-2 the rest of the way, including the playoffs. Then last season, they went 14-5 with McCaffrey, including the playoffs. McCaffrey impacts winning in a way we haven't seen from many running backs in the NFL, and in many ways, the organization was like fantasy football managers out there, as they were just trying to weather the storm before CMC's return. We're going to see another strong push by the 49ers during the second half of the season with a 100% CMC. And if he can avoid any setbacks, then San Francisco could be set to find themselves back in not only the playoff picture, but also the Super Bowl. Join the Ballboy community on all social media platforms and be sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to think about ball. Thanks for listening.